Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MBL Live, sponsored by Web3KS.com. That's an affordable solution for all your creative needs. This is season 17, the Wildcard round. We got the number 3 seed at home, the New York Giants. They're 13-3. They're taking on the Seattle Seahawks, the 6th seed, who finished at 10-6. Now I'm joined by co-host Lip Ripper alongside with Doughboy. Doughboy, why don't you go ahead and give us our thoughts on this game? How do you think it's going to turn out?
Well, I got the Seahawks coming in. They lost last week in the last second to the Redskins. Russell Wilson really has to keep his composure. He had 27 interceptions. He's under 100 percentage at 92.9%. But if he got Christian Michael and Spencer Mays rolling, it could be a good game. Michael was 4th in the NFL. We got some rain, so let's see how he can get the running game going.
And here goes the Giants on the return. They take it up to about the 30, 31-yard line. It looks like the 30. It's a rainy situation. Is this ideal for the Seahawks defense to really prowl against Teddy Bridgewater? Lip, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that this game is going to rely heavily on Teddy Bridgewater and his stud wide receivers, Brian Mason and Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. came in at 1,400 yards. Brian Mason topped 1,500 yards. Teddy Bridgewater is completing over 70% of his passes and almost hit 5,000 yards. But the big thing for Teddy Bridgewater, 34 touchdowns and only 11 interceptions. He's playing very good ball right now, and that is the key for the Giants in this tough matchup.
As you see Bridgewater complete a nice pass to the flat out there, picking up about 4 yards. And to add on to what Lip said about Teddy Bridgewater having a career high in QBR at 128.6, and he came really close and finished second in the MVP voting for season 17, right behind Lip's own Le'Veon Bell at halfback. 2nd and 6, the Giants are going to come out here, and they're facing against the top 10 defense, 2nd in the rush, and 6th in the pass is what Justin has been able to do this year with Seattle. And in the single back and a little pitch to the outside to Milner. Milner breaks free, and he gets down to about a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cliff Averill keep the edge. You get some Darius Pruitt, outside linebacker, Bobby Wagner stopping the run is going to be key to keeping the Teddy Bridgewater play action in check.
And this is a nice opportunity for a play action right here on a 3rd and short. Let's see if they go ahead and give it to their powerhouse running back. Teddy sitting there at the line. Looks like it's going to be no play action. Got the drag across the middle to the halfback. To the tight end. That's Iron Coleman. Coleman finished the season with 63 receptions, 939 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He was the 3rd in the triple threat that they have on their offensive receiving attack behind Brian Mason and Odell Beckham. What do you think the impact that Iran Coleman can have on this game, Lip?
Yeah, I think he can have a huge impact because this Seattle defense is going to be paying a lot of attention to Mason and Odell Beckham Jr. But what they're not going to be paying as much attention to is Coleman up the middle. He is going to be a huge threat, and we've seen it before right here on NBL Live. Coleman on streaks, right down the middle, splitting the safeties for huge gains, and that's going to be key for the Giants.
And there goes Coleman again, picking up his 3rd reception of the game. So far, we've seen Teddy Bridgewater target Coleman in the flat, on a drag, and now on a seam. Is this going to be something that the Seattle Seahawks defense is going to need to adjust to, because maybe they're paying a little bit too much respect to Brian Mason and Odell Beckham Jr. out there on the outside? What do you think, Doughboy?
Well, yeah, they have one of the best safety tandems in the league with Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas. They're going to have to put some coverage on him over the top. And go one-on-one with their...
joke outside! Touchdown, Brian Mason, arguably the best receiver in the Madden Bomber League, picks up his 14th touchdown on the season, his 70th reception. He went for over 1,500 yards this year, and that is why. Sorry to interrupt, but a huge touchdown right there by the Giants, and another pass to the flat. Seems to be the underlying theme on the first drive for New York. They're getting everything underneath.
Yeah, and that's what the Giants have done. They have given the ball to Mason and they've let him run wild with the run after catch. He has been extremely talented in the open space with the ball after making the catch.
Yeah, it really must be nice for Teddy to have those kind of playmakers on his team. I mean, he literally throws a 4-yard pass, and Brian Mason turns it into a touchdown. Having that ability to make those plays really makes it easy for the offensive coordinator and for the quarterback. And here goes Russell Wilson in shotgun set. Looks over the middle, dangerous pass, and it's going to be user picked, intercepted as he was targeting Jimmy Graham. Oh, devastating start for the Seattle Seahawks thus far.
Yeah, this has been the curse of Wilson all season long. He is the biggest cost of the Seahawks on offense. His interceptions this year have been right on par with his TDs. He's 28 TDs for 27 interceptions, so not the way you want to start off the game.
And Russell Wilson has posted his lowest QBR in the last 3 seasons at 92.9. He finished a little below the middle of the pack this year, really having a down year for Russell Wilson. Watch Brian Mason on the out route over here to the left. No, it's going to be a handoff, halfback force for no gain. Nice defense by the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks are going to have to step it up with their pressure right now with Teddy Bridgewater. Secondary is kind of aging, and you're seeing it with the drag routes. The speed is not quite there to keep up with Mason and the younger wide receivers.
Coming out in that strong set again. Looking for Mason over the middle right here. Nope, another throw to the flat. This one to Odell Beckham. Beckham takes it to about the 14-yard line.
You know, we talk here about Teddy Bridgewater, Brian Mason, and Odell Beckham Jr., but Asher Milner is a running back that if you put him on any other team, with the exception of a few, he was a very good running back. Over 1,100 yards, averages almost 5 yards a carry, 11 touchdowns. He's a very good halfback in this league, and he is very covered up by the other talent, but he is a good halfback for the Giants.
And a nice little corner route, the 4th catch by Iron Coleman today. He hits a corner against the man coverage. And that's a great point, Lip. The Giants actually finished 6th in rushing this year, averaging 77.8 yards a game on the ground. And Milner has been just a great threat for them and allowed them to really keep somewhat of a balance with this high offensive attack. And they come out in I formation right here, looking possibly for a toss, maybe a fullback dive on the 2, and there goes the fullback dive up the middle, and they're going to take a 14-0 lead, and Seahawks have really dug themselves a hole early in this game.
Yeah, the Seahawks are going to have to look out coming on this next drive, get Spencer Mays involved. He's been one of the best young receivers in the league with 1,209 yards on the season, 14 TDs. Look for him and Russell Wilson to get some rhythm going, possibly move down the field, get a score.
And this kick's going to go for a touchback, kick to the back of the end zone. Nice kick by the New York Giants. What does Seattle need to do on this drive, Lip, to get themselves in some kind of rhythm and make some kind of drive that is going to be long-lasting and have an effect on the outcome of this game?
Well, they need to start with not turning the ball over. They've had one play so far. That's not the way you want to start. But the Giants' defense, they're the top 10. They're 7th in rush defense, and they're 15th in passing defense. So it's not going to be easy. But the thing is, for the Seahawks, they need to just play smart. Like I said, they can't turn the ball over. That one play that they had was already an interception. They have to play smart, and they can't let this defense shut them down, because as you've seen already, 14-0, the offense for the Seahawks is going to have to be there.
Yeah, I definitely agree that the Seahawks have to get the game going. Against the running attack is going to be a little difficult against this great defensive front line that the New York Giants have. And here goes Russell Wilson out there in shotgun, finds Jimmy Graham, who takes it down to the 40. Spencer Mays is definitely a wide receiver that the Seahawks have that definitely could get going and could really cause some issues for that secondary of the Giants, whose passing has given up. They've given up some big plays this year in the passing attack and had some big games where they allowed 35-plus points to their opponent. And Spencer Mays has the ability to go ahead and get loose against the secondary. And here comes Russell out here in the shotgun formation. Drops back. Deep down the field is Jimmy Graham. I could slam. We almost saw Jimmy Graham slam right there, but he got down to the 23. It looks like his the Fountain of Youth hit him early, but he couldn't sustain it to take it to the to the house. But nice to see heavy targets to Jimmy Graham early in this game.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham's been a safety valve for the team all season. He's averaging 11.2 yards per catch. And he's just old faithful right now, so I'd say we're going to get him going well.
And here comes the linebacker right through the middle, untouched, going to stop Michael on a cover zero blitz for the New York Giants.
Yeah, right there you see that New York Giants tough run D coming in. They're not afraid to blitz. They blitzed on the last play and hit him, but they come back with a blitz right here and put the Seahawks in the 2nd and 13.
And here's a big situation right here. I'd like to see him get a couple yards, make it a 3rd and manageable, and give himself an opportunity. Nice little curl route there by number 19. Russell's 3 for 4, 71 yards with an interception he probably wishes he could get back, as early in the game he forced it to Jimmy Graham. And that number 19 was Jeremy Maclin, who's been a strong number 2 for this Seattle offense.
The offense coming to the line inside the opponent's 20.
Yeah, Jeremy Maclin's been a nice veteran receiver, helping out Spencer Mays as he's progressed. He's definitely going to get some looks right now when they cover.
And a bunch of the right touchdowns, Seattle. And is that Spencer Mays? I believe it is. Spencer Mays,
yes,
second
Spencer
year,
Mays.
24 years old. He had over 1,200 yards this year, and he just picked up his 15th touchdown on the season. This guy has been spectacular. This kid is the real deal, and he's been great for the Seattle offense in his first 2 seasons in the NBL.
Oh, he definitely has. I remember playing him a couple weeks ago, last season even, and this kid can just flat out fly. He can get the ball short. He can go long. He can do everything. He can run routes really well, like you saw there, and that's what the Seahawks are going to have to do to compete with the Giants.
Yeah, it was good to see Seattle comes down and answers 14-0 deficit that they put themselves in, and they get back in this game. Now they need their defense to step up. They've been pretty much non-existent thus far underneath. I'd like to see some more aggressive sets. But I don't know if they have the youth and athleticism that Doughboy mentioned upon to stop those underneath routes with the very athletic and quick New York receivers. And down goes Teddy. Down goes Teddy. He's at the 18 sack, puts him in a 2nd and 20. Burley gets there with the cornerback blitz. Nice to see some life from the Seattle defense.
Yeah, the Seattle defensive line has been present all season long. Cliff Averill still doing well. 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Bobby Wagner, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble.
Again. Teddy Bridgewater's on his back more than, well, probably can't say that on live NBL network television. But they're in a 3rd and 20 right now. Offensive breakdown, 7 passes to 3 rushes. I'd watch Odell Beckham here in the slot.
Bridgewater's going to take it from the gun.
And here goes Bridgewater dropping back, looking for Odell across the middle. He's going to go find him. He drops the ball. And that might have been a situation there, Lip, where Teddy just knew where he was going pre-snap, and he was just going to trust his star receiver to make a play.
Yeah, that's not something that you want to see from Teddy. He let his star wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr., right into the shoulder pad of Earl Thomas. That's not where you want to put your guy. And Earl Thomas is making big plays, knocking that ball out, and now it's a Seahawks ball. For Teddy to throw that ball there, looking at him the whole way into that coverage, that's a dangerous throw. You're putting your guy in there.
And definitely, as the Seahawks regain possession, just a touch on Teddy Bridgewater. Had such a great year with the 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and his career-high QBR. You didn't see him play that way as much during the regular season. He really spread the ball around, and he became someone that the defense really had to respect, throwing to all different personnel. Nice little pitch to the outside to Michael. Michael can't get past the cornerback as he rushes for no gain.
Yeah, Teddy even was able to get Victor Cruz involved in the offense quite a bit. He had 41 receptions for over 500 yards, got him 4 touchdowns. Most of the touchdowns came from Mason and Odell Beckham, but like you said, he spread it around well, got everybody involved, and that's why they're in this position.
And you got trips to the left in single back play action. Russell, the love muscle. He gives it, looks downfield, and he drops it. I believe that's Jermaine Kearse. Couldn't come down with the ball. A little throw in traffic. I would like to see him hit the flat right there. The tight end was on the block and release, wide open right in front of him, but he chose to take it further down the field.
Yeah, I worry that Russell Wilson, after that interception, might be kind of trying to catch up. They are down right now. It's very early, so he shouldn't be. So, like you said, he should definitely take that wide open guy that's not like him. That's why I feel like he's rushed, but I think he'll get it together real quick.
If Seattle can actually extend this drive and not go on a 3-and-out after a big stop against the New York Giants. And user pick number 24.
Being in position, when you're in position, you have a chance to make the play.
Very tough throw. Russell Wilson tried to make it, tried to squeeze it between the defense, and he throws his second interception of the game, putting the New York Giants in close to field goal range.
I think in situations like this, I think it's more up to the coach.
Go ahead, Doughboy. What do you think about this Seattle offense thus far? Really sputtering with 2 interceptions.
Yeah, it's almost night and day. Their second drive, they went down and scored a touchdown, but I think Wilson's trying to force it. He needs to calm his nerves, settle into the game. You don't want to get this high-powered offense any more of a lead going into the halftime.
As we see Teddy Bridgewater throw another quick pass to the flat to the tight end. I believe that's his 5th reception on the game.
First down at the 33.
5 minutes left in the second quarter. Teddy comes out in I formation. Little pitch outside to Milner. Milner takes it, but Bobby Wagner's there to say, no, not today. 3 rushes, 1 yard for Milner. Not his best work. You think he can find his rhythm later in the game, Lip?
Yeah, I think on that play, I wouldn't put that all on Milner. I saw the guard come out and pick up one attacking defender, and I think the fullback kind of went and double-teamed him where he could have went and picked out that linebacker and given the halfback a lot of room, but it just was not good execution by the blockers on that play.
And another bunch formation picked up. Nice gain by Brian Mason on a nice little post route to the middle of the field. Teddy puts the Giants at the 15-yard lines. They're 15 yards away from their 3rd touchdown. It'll be huge if they could get in right now.
Yeah, 2-score lead with the Giants is very dangerous for the Seattle Seahawks. They don't want to get in that position. They're going to look for them to try and keep them into the field goal range.
Odell Beckham in the slot again. Looks like a play action. Bridgewater over the middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants.
Too easy.
It's been way too easy this game. Odell's going to whip on the Seattle defense.
Yeah, I really think Seattle needs to get off the man coverage. Their age on the secondary is showing, and these receivers are just having a field day.
It's really tough to defend Odell Beckham when he lines up in the slot with this, I wouldn't say depleted secondary of Seattle, but definitely an aging and not as deep as they once were. As Lockett gets out to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, if that Seattle defense is up there in age, you cannot be going man-to-man on anybody on this Giants offense. I mean, Coleman, Mason, Odell Beckham, manning up on these guys is not the best way to defend them.
Shotgun formation, Michael to the right. Looks like a handoff, little inside zone, halfback base possibly. Michael picks up 3-4 yards on the inside zone carry to 2nd and 6 for Seattle. Now, Doughboy, what does Seattle have to do on this drive? Where do you think they should go? Maybe a long drive that eats up, 2.5, 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes on this game clock, and then puts them in a nice scoring position right before half, because I believe they do get the ball back at halftime.
Yeah, I think they need to settle down. You saw Christian Michael right there. He's had a stellar season. Feed him the ball, do some quick dump passes to the tight end, maybe some out routes, nothing down the field. Wilson has not been hitting the long ball.
Another play action deep down the field, his 3rd interception of the game. So we're a quarter and a half in to the wild card matchup between the Seahawks and the Giants, and Russell Wilson is collapsing. His 3rd interception of the game, and that really isn't going to get the job done for Seattle. It looks like possibly another one and done for the season for this Seattle franchise.
Yeah, when that play started, I saw, I believe, the tight end from the left going the whole way to the right, and he was open. The defender had come down. There was a nice hole between that defender and the man who made the interception, and then when Wilson let it fly, I thought it was going there, but then the ball just kept going. And then it's another interception for Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, this definitely puts Seattle in a hole. Russell just doesn't look comfortable. He hasn't looked comfortable this whole season, and his numbers have reflected that. And here goes Odell Beckham in motion on a drag. He's going to hit him again. It's a lot of flats, a lot of drags, a lot of quick throws by Teddy Bridgewater. This offense is really playing against this drop zone coverage that Seattle likes to run.
Offense still looking for a first.
Yeah, what you're going to see from the Giants is a lot of this short routes, and then they're going to try and hit him over the top. Mason can absolutely fly. I wouldn't be surprised to see a deep route to him sometime in this drive.
Another bunch formation looking at Odell Beckham across the middle, and there it goes. And it looks like Iran Coleman got in the way for a pass that was looked to be intended for Odell Beckham, and that little confusion caused the defense the opportunity to break the pass up. A nice 3-and-out. Maybe Seattle can regain their composure here, as Russell Wilson, as we said, has 3 interceptions already. Fair catch by Lockett, and they're going to start at about the 21. Lip, do you think they got any chance of getting some kind of momentum on this drive?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think that the Seahawks are still in this. They have 2.5 minutes here. They need to go on that long drive you were talking about. This is the time to do it. Russell Wilson cannot afford another interception, though, because another turnover would be very costly.
Hand off to Michael, and that linebacker blitz nowhere to go for the veteran halfback of the Seattle Seahawks. And guys, don't forget to check out web3ks.com. They are our sponsors for NBL Live. They have affordable pricing for all your creative needs. You should follow Fred Guerrero on Twitter. He's a great guy. He can definitely get you some great prices and some cool stuff like we have, like our new NBL playoff overlay that you're currently experiencing right now on the NBL network.
Yeah, that overlay is beautiful. It looks very good. I'm definitely enjoying these new overlays.
Yeah, it's been fabulous work from him.
And nice to get his toes down on that possession catch. It looks like Seattle's going to move the chains a little bit more and also stop the clock.
First down coming up.
Yeah, Seattle has plenty of time. 2-minute warning just hit. They have the whole full sets of timeout. It's really going to be up to Wilson and decision making, making sure that he gets the clear routes. No interceptions.
Oh, looks like a flag, possible holding on the offense. Oh, Jimmy, that's going to hurt. I was just about to say, it's nice to see Christian Michael continuing to get these carries and keeping the defense honest, as he finally looked like he got a couple yards, 4 to 5 yards on that gain, but now it's going to be pushed back 10 yards due to the holding penalty.
Yeah, you definitely cannot have penalties on top of the turnovers. You can sometimes overcome one or the other, but both is just disastrous for the Seahawks right now.
It looks like Russell Wilson audibly in the play. You got Bunch set to the right. Michael in the backfield, handoff to the veteran halfback. He gains about 3 yards. 6 rushes, 3 yards, though, boy. This can't be what Seattle wanted to game plan against New York.
No, absolutely not. Christian Michael was looking to have a big game. I think New York's come in with a great defensive game plan, shut down the run, and then cover the deep ball. And Wilson just hasn't got the rhythm going on the intermediate passes. He's going to have to do something to change the course.
Wilson all day in the pocket finds another corner. It looks like that might be the weakness of this New York Giants defense right now in cover 2. He finds a slot corner for the first down, gains about 15 yards, and now they're at midfield at the 50 with 1:27 left. All 3 of their timeouts left. All things considering, Lip, 3 interceptions by your star quarterback. They're still in striking distance and still well within making a run at this game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're definitely not out. But what I want to see them kind of copy what the Giants have tried to do. I want them to put Mays in the flat on some type of drag and just let him use his speed and athleticism, his run after catch ability, and put a hole in this Giants defense. I want to see that coming up. I think that the problem with Wilson is they're trying too big right now. They're trying to go deep. They're trying to play action, the fancy stuff. I just want to see some short, simple stuff to Mays and let the man work.
As you see a counter run by Christian Michael, and he just gets tackled out of nowhere by number 24. This cornerback safety Jackson has been making crazy plays to stop the run, as well as on an interception he has playing coverage. And there's over the top. Is that that's Jeremy Macklin. Takes it down to the 4-yard line on a nice play action shot for Russell. And that might be the confidence Russell, the love muscle, needs to get his team going in the right direction.
That long gain sets them up here on this play.
At the 4-yard line in a strong set. I'd like to see Michael get a carry. No, it's a screen play. Nice misdirection to the fullback. If that was a fullback screen, oh, what a great call by the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator. 7-point game, guys. 36 seconds left in the half. Seahawks get the ball back in the third. We got ourselves a game.
That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20. The Giants offense.
As they kick off to the Giants, it looks like it's going to be a touchback as Seattle kicks it past the end zone.
I'll tell you what, if they go 3 and out again, you know what's going to happen? Those defensive players are going to be looking at them as they come off the field. You're putting us back out there already, so it's important to get a drive, give your defense.
All right, Teddy Bridgewater comes out in the shotgun formation. Looks like he's got about 5 wide right here, looking for a wide receiver screen.
This is a point where the Seahawks did exactly what you had advised them to do, go on a long drive. They used that full 2 minutes. They left about half a minute left. They can't let the Giants score here. They get the ball back, and we have a game for sure.
That was a little safe throw by Teddy Bridgewater right there with a wide receiver screen. And here comes a strong flood right here with another 5 wide formation. Teddy rolls to the right, and he's going to take a shot down the field. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's gone, and there goes Mason. Just burns Sherman.
This is not good.
Oh, I just don't like the defensive call. I really don't like I'm more of a quarters cover 3 man right there and drop him back, but a huge bomb touchdown, that really opens the game back up.
Yeah, I literally just said that. I literally just said you can't let the Giants strike here, and they just have so much firepower that whenever you play a questionable defense, they're gonna catch you on it. And now this game looks really troubling for the Seahawks here as we hit halftime.
Here comes Lockett taking it down to after a miscue. 2 seconds left. Expect a QB kneel right here from Russell Wilson, but it's a little alarming. You know, you drive down, you make this nice run, you get within a 7-point striking distance. 30 seconds left in the half. You're getting the ball back in the third. Everything's going your way. Okay, we got 3 interceptions. We'll figure it out. And then you give up a big, huge bomb to the star receiver of the New York Giants, Brian Mason. Little handoff to Michael, shows a little beast mode. And that's going to end the half.
Yeah, I can't believe what we just saw in the last 20 seconds there. Just unbelievable defense by the Seahawks and just great execution and you know, not leaving any second unplayed by the Giants, and that got them 7 points.
As much as I like to count Seattle out right now, it seems like they really haven't done much right, but they're still only down 14. So if Russell can get this offense moving and get this pass attack really making a legitimate threat to move the chains and get a quick score, we could definitely see a nice close ball game down the stretch as they come out in a strong formation. Russell drops back, looking across the middle, almost picked again, but Jimmy, I am the man, Graham, runs a nice little post route and steps in front of the defense and picks up about 15 down to the 38.
If anything, you're watching this so far, when the Giants and the Seahawks played in Week 11, the final score was 14-30 in the Giants' favor, I believe. So the Seahawks have put up 14 points so far already. They've allowed 28. They can't allow any more, and they have to start striking here.
And the user coverage by Tom gets burned on a nice little corner route by Seattle. Trying to cover that slot man. Jermaine Kearse with another nice grab. I believe that's his first catch on the day with a nice route right there.
The Seahawks take it from the 43.
Pistol formation. Russell Wilson puts Michael in motion. He drops back across the middle. Macklin really couldn't get any separation, but he was able to pick up a couple yards. It's now 2nd and 6. Seattle's moving the ball. They're making it interesting for us.
Yeah, it's nice for Seattle to have a guy like Macklin out there. You don't really expect him to make huge plays, but you expect him to make nice veteran catches that, younger guys might be afraid to go over the middle. He's not afraid. He knows his role, and he's playing well. He just needs the ball more.
And most importantly, you can tell on that throw, even on a nice simple drag, you can see how much, even without the separation, that Russell Wilson trusts the sure hands of Jeremy Macklin.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something that is very underappreciated around a lot of teams. Everybody wants the flashy guy, the speed guy, somebody that's going to go over the top like Mason. But the guys like Macklin there are very valuable. Whenever you need a catch, you can throw to them, and like I said, they're not afraid. They're going to make plays for you.
As Michael picks up a first down for the Seattle Seahawks, they're moving the change at the 31 right now. You got Trip bunch set to the right. Wilson drops back over the middle, finds a nice post to Jermaine Kearse. And you see a lot of familiar Seahawks coming up big right now.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson in
that's
this
what they
offense.
need. Yeah, that's exactly what they need. They need all their talent to come out and play ball right now because they're down in this game. They just need everybody to play really good football right now.
And I'd say this might be where it gets a little tricky for Seattle. You want to come away with points, but you really want those 7. But don't put yourself in the position where you take a risk, an unnecessary risk, an unforced risk here, and you turn the ball over. Another screenplay on the goal line seems to be their theme. This is the second time we've seen it, and this time the New York Giants sniff it out. The D coordinator was ready for that play.
Yeah, that was a great call there on defense. Not so much on offense, but they definitely need to score here and not turn the ball over.
I think the coordinator was thinking the same thing in Seattle. Let's keep it safe, something that gives us a high opportunity to get some yards and keeps it safe. And there's up the middle to Michael. Ba-boom, ba-boom. He's down to the 1-yard line. Let's see if they can go ahead and punch it in right now. That's 10 rushes, 30 yards by Michael, and that rush right there was huge.
Yeah, this is a huge third down right here coming up for the Seahawks.
As I like to say, the wheels on the bus go ground and pound. Possibly a handoff to Michael here. And Russell doesn't get it in. He sniffs butt. He gets down to the 1. It's 4th and goal. They're going to have to take a field goal here to put it 28-17. Ouch.
He'll take it from the 10.
Now, those 4 points they left on the board might come back to hurt him.
Oh, definitely. That's tough to not get in there. I definitely think if the Seahawks lose this game, they're going to look back at that 1 yard, and they're just going to wonder what they could have done differently to get it in there. But they did come away with points. It wasn't a turnover, so we still have some time left here. They can definitely make a game out of this.
I need to see some life from the Seattle defense. I mean, they were a top 6 defensive team this season in the NBL. They were 6th in passing, 2nd in rushing, and all I've seen them do is give up some big plays. Here goes Bridgewater out the nice play by 92, gets off the line to drop back all the way in the box. He drops back and makes a nice play in coverage.
Yeah, that guy won't be playing receiver anytime soon, but just to get out there and bat the ball down, that's big. You need that stuff.
That's all heart right there. You got Brian Mason in the slot right here. And he goes underneath again to Victor. Salsa Dancing Cruz gets down to the 48. Bridgewater's 13 for 17, 243 yards and 3 touchdowns on the game. And he finds an old New York family friend, Victor Cruz, who some thought the signing of him this last season after they cut him 2 or 3 seasons ago was more of a courtesy to a longtime player that gave a lot to the organization. But it was obviously much more than that. He actually caught a game-winning touchdown that helped them defeat the Lions earlier in the season. So he's been big to their offense. And there goes Bridgewater, obviously another play action, and finds the fullback underneath to pick up a first down.
Yeah, definitely Victor Cruz is a big part of this offense. Whenever you look at the stat sheet, he's not the first guy, but in those big situations, he is one of the guys that can come up big. Still, at an old age, he's still playing ball. He's very smart, very good receiver for the Giants.
Sorry for the delay. It seems like we're having some issues with Twitch. We fell behind a little bit in the game, so we'll keep it general speaking as the Giants pick up another first down with Brian Mason over the middle.
He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. When you take
Brian Mason, I mean, in a play-action set, if you can establish the run, how do you stop a guy like that?
As we've seen, there's not really a lot of teams that have been able to do it. He has just balled out this season. He just came into the league and has been killing it, and it helped him a lot to come in. And the Giants bring in Teddy Bridgewater. They have a great quarterback that can feed him the ball. And not only that, they also have Odell Beckham Jr. taking the attention away from him. And he's just playing phenomenal here. His career is fantastic for Brian Mason.
I think all the doubters out there about Brian Mason could say, you know, what if Odell Beckham wasn't on the team? How would he be? And I'm here to tell you, this guy's a stud. He's a bona fide star in the league, with or without Odell Beckham. Obviously, playing alongside of someone as talented as Odell Beckham obviously improves his stock, but he'd be a standalone star wide receiver even without him, as Odell Beckham on the screen, and he gets stopped by Bobby Wagner. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2. See if Seattle can come up with a nice stop here.
Yeah, I think that a lot of teams out there would love to have Mason as their number 1. He could light it up for a lot of teams in the NBL.
So how do you get 2 yards if you're the Giants? Come out in shotgun formation. Looks like you got Mason in motion on the drag right there. They're going to hit him. Nope. He's going to continue to run it. Teddy's legs run out of gas. And he comes up short. So they're going to take a field goal here. That's going to put it 31-17. Seattle's down 14. 45 seconds left in the third. I need to see some big plays quick. And then I need to see some life in that defense that can get a stop.
Yeah, right now I got to take a moment out and kind of yell at Teddy Bridgewater and the coaching staff there. You're up what it was 28-17. The third quarter's almost ending, and you're letting your star quarterback, who had a little bit of injury issues maybe 2 seasons ago, you're letting him take a hit for a 3rd and 2 when you're right in field goal range. That's a dangerous play. He either needs to slide or get that ball out of there. You cannot risk this guy getting hurt at this point in your season.
That's a great point. Many don't know, last season, Teddy Bridgewater suffered a mid-season injury that put him out almost till the end of the playoffs, I believe. And there goes a pass over the middle, looking for Spencer Mays deep down the middle of the field, incomplete for Seattle. But Teddy Bridgewater has a history of injury, and those are the kind of plays that he takes, and they knew that when they signed him to that big deal, that he makes plays like that. And he was injury prone.
Yeah, I'm watching the Seahawks here. I don't like trying to get Mason the ball down the field this, I don't want to say early. It's not early, but trying to force it to him. I really want to see him just get the ball in the flat and let him work. He's got that talent. I've seen him just embarrass defenses before. He needs the ball short and to get the offense rolling, to get the defense honest.
Yeah, I would think maybe the Seahawks can take a little bit of play from how the Giants have been playing against them and take the underneath. And there's Macklin underneath. Is he going to pick up the first down? It's going to be close. Possibly a little short on this first down attempt by Jeremy Macklin.
Yeah, I think right there Macklin should have got a little deeper. As we know, he's a little older, not as quick. He can't get to that first down line as fast as someone like Mays. But, you know, that's a huge thing to not get that first down.
And here's another reason why it's huge. You're down 14 points, and your defense just isn't getting off the field quick enough. So, essentially, that's going to be a big concern. If they can milk off 2.5, 3 minutes, whether they score or not, it just doesn't leave you much time to do much with this stagnant offense that Seattle's had. Also want to give a big shout out there to Doughboy. He's got a little baby girl on the way. They had their reveal party today, and it's a girl. So she won't be in the NBL probably, but congrats to him.
Yeah, definitely. That's great news, and that's a great thing about our community here. You're not just playing Madden together. You're experiencing life things together. You've developed friendships, and that's just great for him. And congratulations, Doughboy.
And go ahead and give us a follow on @BomberLeague on Twitter. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, web3ks.com. They do all our graphic work, so those overlays you're seeing right there, you're like, wow, I want that for my league. Well, you can get it at affordable pricing, and he can fix yours however you'd like it and make it as good looking as the one we have going right now. And here he comes in the dice slot, looks for a little out route to Brian Mason, who's just killing them all over the field today. 17 of 21 is Bridgewater, 290 yards. He's the Web3KS player of the game, in my opinion, thus far.
Yeah, he's definitely been, that shot before halftime was huge. That's definitely put him in the running for the player of the game, and he's looking to be the playoff MVP for the Giants. It's early yet. There's still a lot of games left in the playoffs, and they're not getting ahead of themselves, but he wants to be that guy.
Bridgewater's got it in the gun.
And nowhere to go for Milner. And it's 2nd and 12. Guys, our NBL Live schedule continues throughout the playoffs, and hopefully we get a little better connection than this. We once again apologize for the delay. It's not on our end. It is on Twitch. We have issues ever so often. Tomorrow night we should possibly have a game between the Denver Broncos and Pittsburgh Steelers. Looks like he's going to hit B right here, lead him up the field. Nice throw. And there's Beckham right there. There's just so many weapons for New York, and it just doesn't seem like they have the personnel to stop it.
Yeah, I think maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago, Seattle would have been able to keep up with the Giants. They've had a couple 14-2 seasons, I believe, in the past, but this year, I believe what Doughboy was talking about, their age, they've dropped off a little bit on that Seattle defense. They fall to 10-6. It's just not the same defense as it was 4 to 6 years ago.
And there's the beast. He could take negative something and turn it into 2 yards. Milner just shows off his power and his ability to keep moving his feet. Chop, 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 chop. Pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, definitely. He's a great running back. Like I said earlier, a lot of teams would love to have this guy running the ball for them. There's not many teams out there that dominate the run, and they would love to have this guy. The Giants need to recognize that and never let him hit free agency.
Yeah, the Giants definitely have a lot of they have a lot of talent at skill positions, definitely, and that's what makes this team such an offensive powerhouse that they've become.
Looking at every option. And intercepted.
That was an awesome job by the defense. They just read the quarterback's eyes. They got
And Bridgewater
position,
dropping
and
back.
they made the interception.
Looking deep over the middle, lands on his back. And, you know, the pressure that the Seattle Seahawks were able to get on Teddy Bridgewater in the first quarter eventually became non-existent after that first drive.
Yeah, definitely. Starting out, you saw Teddy, I believe that they were in a 3rd and 30 at one point. Like, where did that go? That pressure was keeping the Giants from scoring up until that play before half, and then it just disappeared, and it has not come back since.
Yeah, I can honestly say that was probably a part of the reason due to the Giants adjusting their offense going underneath, made the Seattle defense have to be a little less aggressive. They didn't have the personnel to stay with them, so they started dropping back a little bit more, and they stopped getting the pressure and stopped blitzing as many people as they were early off in the game.
1st down and 10. It's Jermaine Kearse coming down with it.
All right, guys, it looks like the lag is getting really bad. Remember, this is a live game for us. So check us out at Bomber League. We'll be back tomorrow. Interception. Looks like we might have a game. I guess we'll stick with it as far as we can. And I apologize once again if I'm a play or two behind. Usually it's never like this, as you can check in our NBL Live archives. This game is really bad. Actually, I think we're just going to go ahead and stop right now. Lip, who's your player of the game for tonight?
Definitely going to give it to Brian Mason. He just killed it with that play right before half. He said, I'm going to burn you. You're not going to stop me, and I'm going to put this game away halfway through. Brian Mason is definitely my player of the game.
Yeah, definitely for me too. I'm going to go ahead and go with Brian Mason. This game is a one-possession game, but we're so many plays behind right now, and the lag's killing us. We'll be back tomorrow, I believe, possibly Lip, Steelers Broncos.
Yeah,
tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, we're definitely in talks for Steelers Broncos here on NBL Live coming up.
All right, go ahead and give us a subscribe and and give us a follow on Twitter. And don't forget our sponsor, Web3ks.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys.